as much as we love templates, as much as we love cutting dies, what I really love are the specialty papers that you can use with them.
Right, like clearly colored glitter sheets and sparkle and shine sheets.
Those are two of them, but what's really amazing is what the design team has done with them. Come play with us. Well, here they are. This is the clearly colored sheets, the adhesive.
Right, and this is the sparkle and shine sheets.
Right, so let's start with these,
all right.
Okay? Now, you may remember we absolutely love the clear ones.
Oh,
and
definitely.
These are the ones that you just peel back. They're going to give you that sparkle with no color added.
Right, with no color, and you can see through them. You know, it's a little bit cloudy, but it's just a beautiful look.
Well, now we have colors.
Beautiful pastel colors.
So it's going to look like this. So it's going to add some color, but it's going to add that glitter that we love, and in a way that is not going to come off on anything. You will not be wearing this glitter.
That's right. It's going to stay put, and it's nice and glossy on top.
Right.
Very easy to use. You can use them with cutting dies, and it's just gorgeous.
Now in this set there are 3 sheets of green and 3 sheets of blue, 2 of yellow and 2 of pink. And this is one of those things that I've kind of actually had sitting on my desk, and I thought, well, this is interesting, but what can you do with it?
What can you do?
So let's answer that question.
Okay,
what
let's
do you
do that
think?
right now.
We're going to start with this, and it's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful.
With all those beautiful flowers, and those are using stamps and cutting dies. Those are it's the Flower Frenzy stamp set. And the flowers, I can't remember.
Flower Frenzy
Cutting Dies has the same name.
So it looks like this. So there's the Flower Frenzy. Yes, we named them the same so that people would know that they went together.
12 Flower Frenzy and 33 acrylic stamps, and you can just make this huge bouquet of flowers. You could also do just a couple of little flowers and make a nice accent.
Sure. So right here, let's focus in on this. So this has been stamped onto white cardstock, and then die cut.
Placed on white cardstock and then stamped on the glitter sheet itself. Right. In fact, I have a piece here. So it's much easier to cut with cutting dies when you place it on cardstock or on pattern paper, because then you can see the pattern through it, which was done on this card too. Some of them are on pattern paper, some are on cardstock. So place a piece on there, you remove that adhesive backing, place it on your cardstock, and then you're going to stamp with a StazOn or a Surfaces ink. After you do that, you've got the cutting dies. Grab the one that matches that. You're going to place it over. I would use a little bit of transparent tape just to anchor that in place, or stencil tape. And then you're going to run it through. It works best with a metal adapter plate. Try it on your machine and see what works best for you. And then once it has been cut out, it just pops out like that, and there you go. And you can make just a whole plethora of little flowers, and they even kind of pop up. Sure, it's one of my favorite words. And then you pop that up like that, and you've got beautiful flowers.
And that was done with the pink, so you can see the blue has been done, the yellow, just a whole variety. But what's really fun is that you're going to get that glitter, and you're going to get it with no glitter everywhere.
I love that it's been done, some on the pattern paper. So this one right here, if you look at this one, it looks red. That's because the pink was taken and placed on a red pattern paper. So you can still see through to that color, but you get a little hint of the pink and the glitter, so you can get a couple of different colors with one of those glitter sheets.
Sounds to me like you're suggesting we play with this.
Sure. That's what it's fun. It's fun to do. It's fun to play with, and you can do that. And there's a whole piece up here that's been matted, and it was stamped on just like that. So that's a nice look.
So you're stamping on top of the glitter paper. Is that what you're saying?
Right. You want to stamp on top of it. You know, you could try stamping on cardstock and then putting the glitter sheet on top of it. It will work. It's going to, but it's going to make it a little bit faded. It's up to you what kind of look you're going for.
Okay, so that's going to work nicely, and that's just really, as you said, a plethora of flowers. And definitely a frenzy of them. But you can just do individual ones, and this might be something that you might want to do a whole bunch of, because you're going to find it useful for tucking onto a card or a page or whatever.
A whole bunch of them all ready for embellishments.
Now, here's something else you can do, and I have to tell you, this is one of my favorites.
It is beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful dragonfly dazzles placed over the clearly colored glittered sheets. You just back them. It's such a simple thing to do, and then you stick them directly onto the card. So this wasn't placed on cardstock first.
Okay, so you've got a little brief demo over there?
Yeah, I do. Okay. Very brief. I've got some of the dazzles here. I'm just going to remove one of those dazzles. This is a highly used dazzle sheet, and we like them a lot. I happen to like dragonflies, so I go for it quite a bit too. And you just place that. Now here's part of one of the glitter sheets. It's got the adhesive backing on still, and I'm just going to place that dragonfly just anywhere on there. And then I'll get my scissors and just start cutting it out. So it's just that simple, and that's, you know, the way we back the dazzles. We just go along, follow the lines. When you get to a spot where it does not need to be backed, you can lift up those little
I could
legs.
hear everybody saying, but wait, you're going to cut the antenna. Wait, Gail.
No, I wouldn't do that. You just pick it up like that, and you just continue cutting. And that's the way you back a dazzle. When you're done, you're going to peel off the back, and then you're going to place that right onto your card.
Just like that. So you're getting that shimmer and shine, and there are the Zen dragonflies. And just beautiful.
A real simple way to do it. It's along the border too. The border has also been backed.
Let's get in close to see that.
Glitter adhesive sheet.
There you go. So it's going to add the glitter. It also is going to let the paper show through. Now in this case, this is on Floral Fantasy, so it has kind of a green tint to it, greens and yellows. So it just really works beautifully with it.
If you wanted to stand out a little more, you could put those on cardstock and then cut them out. And like white cardstock, and it would be a little bit brighter. You'd see a little bit more of that green, but I just think this works perfectly.
Pretty. And we have an inside of this card. Now, the only thing that's been backed with the, there it is. You can just see as that pops out of that shine.
The dragonflies.
A little bit on the corner.
Right, at an angle there, which is very sweet.
And the words, lift your spirit, as well as scatter your dreams on dragonfly wings, are part of the Dazzle set. So just a really pretty thing.
A very pretty card. A lot going on, and those papers do a lot with that too. That Floral Fantasy paper is just
we like
beautiful.
It, huh? We like it in Artful Card Kits. We like it in a paper pack. So now here is, I think, just a really brilliant idea, is to let that glittered adhesive form a backdrop, a frame, if you will. And this was done using the Design Toolkit number 10. You could also use cutting dies.
Right, and that's just for the label that you're seeing here. First, the background was used with the Birds on a Branch stencil.
Let me show you that. So this is one of those stencils that's fun to use in bits and pieces, and you can see that that's been done on this card.
Right, so arrange it the way you like, and then just use some fluid chalk ink to with a cosmetic wedge, and you're just going to go through that stencil very quickly. We'll make a nice background, and then the label is placed, and that's you can cut out the label using the Design Toolkit. If you want to trace with using the Design Toolkit, I would use a permanent pen on the glitter adhesive sheet. A pencil isn't going to work very well.
Or you could use it on the back of the...
Or on the back, that's true. It's a little bit waxy, but still. Then you want to cut it out, you place the label, and then place the stencil in place again, and use translucent embossing paste.
Now, this was a surprise to me. Translucent embossing paste, that means it's going to be clear.
Right.
So then you've got to do something to color it.
To make it show up. I mean, you could use white, but Susan has this great idea of using the translucent embossing paste and then the metallic the mica powders. Mica powders.
So she's used, as you can see, the brown, the green, and the gold. And that way it allows you to color the areas as you see fit, and it lets you do multiple colors.
That's right. But my favorite bit of this whole this whole design is that you can see through that glitter sheet to the inked areas behind, and that is just beautiful.
I think it's stunning. I think it's just absolutely stunning. Now, I am also noticing that there's a brown line that was done just outside that label.
I think just a little bit of ink. And maybe on a Q-tip would be the easiest way to do a cotton swab.
Either way.
Sure.
But I think it's
a pencil maybe.
I think it's just stunning, as you said, to let the kind of the backdrop just go underneath that frame. And when you start thinking of this, it allows you to frame your focal, and just a beautiful way.
Now we're not seeing this here today. You're not going to see an example of this, but I have seen where you can cut strips of this and place it on the bottom of a photo, or on the edge of a photo, and you can still see through it a little bit, just to sort of, it's a beautiful look. In fact,
to kind of give a border?
Right. I think we saw it in one of our wows, and Ann Wow did that, I'm pretty sure. So if you want to look
Something is coming back to you, is it? Okay. One thing I do need to tell you in this set is that we're fine with our inventory now, but down the future, the blue is going to be discontinued by the manufacturer.
Okay.
So I wanted to kind of grab it while they had it, and we have asked them to hold all of their stock for us, because I think this just allows some very fun things to be done. So as I said in the opening, we love cutting dies, we love templates. Now here's a new way to play with them. And speaking of that,
speaking of a new way to play, now we've got the other set, the Sparkle and Shine set. And what you're seeing here are the sheets that are the sparkle, and we have two that are foil, mirror-like shine. And the colors are purple, red, green, there's pink, and then you have 2 silver and 2 gold, because those are so extra useful. And then we have the mirror finish in a pink and a green.
Right,
and
bright pink.
Just look at that. Now, let's see, how big are these? These are
4 by 9.
4 inch by 9 inch. Each one of these are also adhesive back, just like the clearly colored glitter sheets. And a little bit of them goes a long way, like you're about to see.
For instance, scrapbookers, look at what we have. Now, you may not have recently seen snowflakes that are pink and blue, but I'm here to show you that they've been saved for the scrapbooking page. And look at the layering that's happened.
Just beautiful. So a combination of the purple, the pink, and these cutting dies that work perfectly with these. I do suggest using the metal adapter sheet, or at least for us with the Big Shot, we like to do that. And I think it works great. Also, if you put it on cardstock and then cut it, that works very nicely.
So this is the 3 snowflakes. They are nested, so the giant one, the middle, and the tiny one. And you can see in many cases here, the tiny one has been done out of white cardstock, just to give kind of a center to the snowflakes.
Right, a little bit of an accent. I also would love to see those on black, with a black background. I think would just be striking.
And look at that, a lot of filigree going in that snowflake, and the layering is fun. Now, these are not translucent like our first set was. These are opaque, so you can do the layering. It just works really nice. Okay, if you anytime you see something for card making, you can adapt it for scrapbooking, and vice versa. Just think of that birthday card for the winter months with pink and purple and fun snowflakes on it.
Just the extra little embellishments that make a page so special.
Right.
The photos are gorgeous, the layout is very nice, but just that extra little sparkle here and there really makes it.
And something that's nice is that it's lightweight and it's flat.
Right.
And yet it gives you that glitter without the mess.
And because it's self-adhesive, you don't have to go around all of these little cut pieces with your glue stick trying to get that to stick on there.
Not that that isn't fun.
Well, we can do it, but it's nice that they're adhesive. So.
Now, this is very fun. So in putting, well, let me just show you the whole project. This is from the Star Triple Easel, either the die cut cards or the template, and be the Star You Are, which is also the name of the dazzle. So I'm going to set that.
Step 1.
And step 2. And step 3. Resting there.
What a unique card. It's really spectacular.
It's gorgeous.
Now this is using quite a bit of that glitter.
Right, it is.
But it's just so beautiful.
So you can see that it's been done covering those stars, and you can see the interplay of the silver and the gold, which I think is sometimes a little uncomfortable for folks. So it's this is a good reason to get out of that box.
Right. This is just exciting. This is a celebration. So if somebody's celebrating something exciting, this is just the perfect way to do it.
Now, if you're wondering about these that are kind of poking out, these are the dazzles that have been put onto acetate, just regular acetate and trimmed out.
Now, right behind the small star there, I'm going to point out, maybe I should do it up here because you can see it easier. The small star was backed with the silver glitter sheet, but then the entire piece was then put on acetate, so it won't just sit out there and be sticky. You want something on the back.
Right. I love that. I think that's very fun.
Look, what fun!
So,
and Debbie mentioned that to do this, she needed one sheet of the gold and one sheet of that silver, and all of those stars will fit within those two sheets. If you're wondering,
that's neat. And the stars will not pop up like that when you have them flat on the table. But so that you can see it with the camera, I'm holding it in midair here.
And that, remember what I said about that black, it really makes everything just pop.
So
what a fun card. Those triple easels, and we have different styles of triple easel cards.
We've got the label, the heart, and the star.
And the star. They are great fun to play with. When I look at them, I automatically think that a kid, a little boy or girl, would love these little big pop-up cards. So I think they're great.
I'm not going to save that for kids.
Oh, well,
I think that
this one is spectacular for anybody, but they're fun to make the big birthday card surprise for someone.
And I like the fact it kind of tells a story. So be the star you are. So it comes flat like this. Then you raise that, and then we've got a really pretty, I'm feeling pretty star-like, and then shine is the message. So
it just
really
keeps,
fun.
It's a card that keeps giving, you know, layer after layer.
And that's the dazzles that create all of the
star
various
you are
pieces.
Dazzles, and that beautiful gold pearl with that silver edging, so fits perfectly.
Very neat. So that's another thing that you can do. Now, we've gone into something that surprises me, actually, is using them with embossing folders. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah, sure. This one in particular, it's the mirror sheets are a little bit more foily. I mean, they're a little stiffer, I think. And so they emboss very well. The glitter sheets you can emboss as well too, but this is great because you can see that detail on there. And that is using this embossing folder, the Leafy Vine embossing folder. So you've got
It's got to be one of the most versatile embossing folders because of that all over pattern. You can do so much with it.
You can, now if we point to the card, and what you can do is you've got that all over, as long as you said that, the all over piece, the large piece in the back, but then you can also cut it into strips. And you can still see the design, that's what makes it so versatile in my mind. So we've got the embossing folder, we've got that nice shine sheet, it's got the adhesive piece on the back still. You place it into your embossing folder. I would cut it to fit. You run it through your machine, and then there's the piece. And I did kind of bend this a little, that was my fault, but that's what it looks like. You can see that design, and then you just grab your StazOn jet black ink pad with my nice little studio thing on the back there, and you just start swiping it, swiping and tapping, and you can see
it just pops.
What it does.
Yeah.
It pops up easily. Surfaces would be great for this too. Maybe a dark blue would look kind of pretty on there. So very simple to create.
You simply trim it to fit. Now this happens to be in a center step card, so this is going to pop out like so.
Right, and it's got that nice big focal on the center, and that comes from the Painted Flowers 3D foil paper tool.
And I have to tell you, I didn't necessarily envision the green and the fuchsia together, but wow, does that ever sparkle and shine.
That's a great
And there is the center step card. So
and then a tiny little tag, it just says hi on there, and that's really simply done with the tiny words, I think it's tiny words and phrases. Dazzles.
Okay.
So that makes it pretty.
Boy, that makes it easy. And then on the inside, a little greeting. And I think this is really sweet.
Is that?
Yeah. Just a tiny piece. and one of the extra art pieces.
That's a great little gift card too. I mean, if you were to make it small, just put it on a small
But
card.
you know what that does? This is bold and big on the front, and that's fun. But that just kind of narrows you down to that happy birthday on the inside with all that white showing. So wonderfully done.
Very cute.
So you can do embossing folders, you can do cutting dies,
you can do cutting dies,
you can do stenciling,
sparkle and shine, you can do these beautiful pastel, clearly colored glitter sheets.
Right. So as I said, with all the tools that we have, these papers allow us to do some very fun techniques, and I hope you're going to enjoy doing that.
They'll go a long way.